Call this meeting to order, regular meeting of the City Commission, Rio Grande City. It is Wednesday, August the 9th, 2023. It is 6:20 p.m. and it is Commission Chambers 5332, East US Highway 83. This time we'll have the invocation by Commissioner Escobedo, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner De Leon.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Amen. Lord, we thank you for all the blessings that you have given us today. We thank you for that we're here today as a commission. We ask that you give us wisdom and understanding to move the city forward. We ask that you protect our employees that are out there every single day with this heat. And we ask for all the people of our community and businesses. We ask all this in your name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Commissioner Escobedo, Commissioner De Leon. This time we'll have roll call and finding of quorum. Ms. Solis?
Yes. Mayor Villarreal?
Present.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Here.
Commissioner De Leon?
Here.
Commissioner Olivares?
Present.
Commissioner Escobedo?
Present.
We have quorum, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Solis. Next item is 1C, Public Forum. Do we have anyone signed up for public forum?
No one signed up for public forum.
For the record, no one signed up for public forum. Next item is 1D, Departmental Reports. Chief?
Yes, Mayor, we have a lot of people in the house today. And
Great
we
to
have
see the lovely
Mr.
faces.
Mr. Eguia, he's in here somewhere.
Good evening, Mayor Commissioners.
Mr. Eguia.
I'm here today to present our summer track team. 24 kids made it to state this year.
Congratulations.
Oh, yes.
That's the most kids we've ever had competition in state. So,
24?
24. A total of 24 kids.
I think that deserves a round of applause.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to pass it to Coach Ramirez. That way he can present the kids. I mean, he coached them all year with our other coaching staff. So, Coach Ramirez.
City Hall, commissioners, and everybody present. Just like to take a quick moment to thank my staff. They're over there in the corner. They don't want to talk or anything. They'd rather be hiding. But it takes an army to do something like this. I can't do it by myself. I picked the right staff. There are a bunch of kids at the college level. They're all Rio Grande City products. Excluding one from La Jolla, but I won't take it out on him. But all of those kids you see over there are a testament of what success is. They're all running at the Division I level right now in either track and field or cross country, and getting their education as well. So all these kids will come back hopefully and be part of this community one day to give back. So let's give them a round of applause.
Can you all introduce yourselves, please?
Yes, let me introduce my staff. The first one here is Mr. Ricardo Mendoza. He's from La Jolla originally, but now I couldn't do the things that we do. He's kind of like my right-hand man right now, and he's a great asset to this school. Next up is Mr. J.D. Corona. J.D. Corona ran for me a couple years back, was on the regional championship team here in Rio Grande City, and just graduated from UTSA with his bachelor's, and now he's getting his master's at UTRGV. So he's transferred and will do one last year of track and field at UTRGV. Awesome. Next in line is Ms. Daniela Muniz. Daniela was an outstanding female athlete on the track and field team a couple years back for Rio Grande City. Made it to state in the 100 and the long jump, I believe. And now she's running at UTRGV as well, getting also her education. Okay, thank you. Also, Emily Martinez just graduated last year. Also another product of the girls team, running also at UTRGV. She runs the 400 meters there on the team, and we couldn't have done anything without her this year as well. Alex Canales, one of my also stud distance runners, from a couple years ago, ran all the distances, made it to state 3 times in high school, and is also running at UTRGV. Okay, so again, round of applause. One last person that is not here, I'm sorry, is Mr. Dylan McGuffin. He's right now doing some stuff, but he'll be getting his law degree in the next semester or so. And without mentioning as well, we couldn't do it without also Mr. Elias Vasquez. Coach Vasquez helps us out with the pole vault and the jumps, and he's been a great asset not only to the school district, but to the city as well. But thank you, coaches. And now the main thing is why we're here. It's for the kids. It's always for the kids, okay? So we're gonna start with, we're just gonna go down the list of the line, okay? And these are some of the kids that qualified to state this year. Omar Trevino, come and get your plaque. Don't be shy, guys, okay?
Yes.
Put them right over here.
Over here, son. Omar, over here.
You're the
You're gonna
first
have to
one.
physically
Stay right there,
follow.
papi. Right there, papi.
They're kind of shy, so you're probably gonna have to put them in the right direction. So. Okay, his sister also ran the 4x1 at state, Natalie M. Trevino. Also running on the 4x1 relay was Mr. Mauricio Estrada. Four by one relay also, teammate Ilian Martinez. I'm not sure, I didn't see him in here. Is he here? I don't think he's here. We'll hold that for him, okay? A great runner that, moved over. I'm glad that moved over from Edinburgh. You know who I'm talking about, Coach? Is Olivia Gonzalez. Just a little bit about Olivia. She ran the 400 meters at state, and she did an outstanding job. So give her another round of applause. Next is one of our throwers, Miss Andrea Trevino. Also, another one of our, and just before I continue, we had a bunch of kids in this summer track program, and their coach, the throws coach, is not here, but he qualified 10 of those kids to the state meet, so he's doing an outstanding job, and I just wanted to, recognize him again before I forget. The next thrower is Mr. Pablo Solis. Another thrower is Miss Emelise Hernandez. One of our shot putters, Mr. Victor Gonzalez. One of our sprinters on the 4x1 relay is Miss Edith Reese. I don't believe we'll hold this one. This is our first ever, and on this right here, this little young girl is our first 6 and under state qualifier. We have never had that young of an individual at the state meet. And she wowed us in both the 50 meters and the 100 meters. Miss Angela M. Mijares. One of our 4x1 relay members is Mr. Jojo D. Hernandez. Also, one of our 4x1 relays is Mr. Donato Medina. I'm not sure if Donato's here, but we'll give him a round of applause as well. One of our thrower shot putters is Mr. Julian Gonzalez. Another one of our throwers is Mr. Adam Ortiz. We'll keep this one for Adam. And we had several of these, you know, they're all primos and brothers and sisters. And she was one of our relay members, Natasha N. Mijares. She's also here for Odyssey of the Mind. She can't be double dipping, can she? Cassidy L. Garcia. One of the relay members is Miss Diana Lastos. I believe Diana's out of town, so we'll keep this. But give her a round of applause. And now, folks, we're going to go with the bigger plaques here, okay? These are our kids that presented really well at the state meet. They either placed third, second, and we had a couple of state champions. The first one goes out to Mr. Dante Barrera, third place. Third place in the discus at the state. Congratulations. Our next athlete that placed, also placing in the bronze, is Mr. Miguel A. Carrion in the pole vaults. Placing also third, and this little girl right here, you know, we've had her for years already in the summer track program. We've seen her flourish and grow as an athlete. She wowed us this past year. I think middle school, what was it, Mom? She ran a 2:43, was her personal best in the 800. She dropped at the state meet, folks, at a 2:25 to place third at the state meet. Unbelievable, Yara Garza. Also performing well is in the shot put, am I correct? Emma, correct? Yeah. Emma Herrera, second place in the state. And now we'll go to our state champions. I don't believe, yeah, there he is. Yeah, you got here. Just a quick tidbit on this performer right here. I don't want to take too much of your time. Gerardo Trevino was a senior here at Rio Grande City High School. He was doing wrestling for a while, right, Gerardo? For some weird reason, I don't know who it was, one of the coaches or whatnot, I forgot who it was, said, hey, do you want to try the discus shot put, you know? He started throwing the discus and shot, really the shot put was the event. He started throwing the shot put in December, January. Right? Went all the way to the regional meet in San Antonio. Now he is the state champion in the Games of Texas in the shot put through 53 feet, 8 inches. Is that correct? Gerardo Trevino. This young boy, I saw him at an elementary track meet this past year, and I spoke to the parents and I said, I need you. I need you to come run for the city. He's blown the competition left and right. At the state meet, he performed in the 200, the long jump, and the 400, qualified to the finals in the 400, but his main event, you know, was the long jump, and he was state champion in the long jump. Joe D. Mijares. And run quick before I forget about the athletes. Mr. J.D. Mijares, right? Raise your hand, okay? And Miss Emma Herrera, where are you, Emma? Okay, they're right by each other. Okay, they were nominated from this city for the region, am I correct? Yes. For the Region 2 award as the best athletes in the region, okay? Somebody else wound up winning it, right? Because there was a kid, I think, that won multiple state championships. But for our city, J.D. Mijares and Emma Herrera were the ones nominated, so give them a round of applause. And real quick, I can't do this without the staff, man. You know, I hope they put this up in their man cave, room. I know you don't have a man cave right now, do you? You don't even have a house. Okay, so besides Coach Vasquez, right? So, first coach is Coach Vasquez. Come up here and get your award. Ms. Emily Martinez. Mr. Dylan McGuffin, we'll give him a round of applause. I think he's out. Ms. Daniela Muniz. Mr. Alex M. Canales. Mr. Jose D. Corona. And just a quick tidbit, Mr. Corona and Ms. Moniz are dating. Why do y'all have this? You can tell because they have the same shoes on. I just figured that one out. I was like, all right. I just probably made them all blush. That's all right. Ricardo Mendoza. And of course, myself, Joe Ramirez Jr. Real quick, the summer track program has grown every year, and if you parents know of any other kids that are at schools that are willing to do this, I'm gonna be honest, this is not for the faint of heart. And you parents know, it is hot out there every Friday, Thursday. It was even hotter than you know what this past year. Some of our kids did a great job of going through the heat, and it's a true testament of their willpower. So again, give it up to the kids. Bravo. And none of this could happen without our Parks and Rec Director, Mr. Frankie Guia, and Mr. Eric Escamilla. Thank you.
Let's get the little ones in the front, and then.
Okay, you can
And
move.
then kind of scooch in as we move. You're gonna be in the front. I would say commission, let's be there. And then, show off your flags, guys.
That's awesome.
Everybody together. Show.
Looking at how big it is. Get us all? You're gonna get us all?
Let's go, man. Julio, leave it to the professionals.
Okay, present her back, guys. Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, and one more. 1, 2, and 3. Let me just do one for my phone. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Now, parents, you all want to take a picture?
Camera. Where am I looking? One eye's this way, one eye's that way.
Good crowd.
Somebody said you can do it. Good? Or is it a video you're doing? Guys, hey, real quick, just want to say it's great, coaching y'all and the staff. I hope you see y'all next year. The thing about these kids is a lot of times I won't see them all year unless I see them at elementary graduation time. So I'm gonna miss you guys. And next year you're gonna grow up a little bit higher, and I'm gonna be like, wow. So have a good year. Okay. Thank you.
How's the competition up there? Good? Are y'all doing indoors? Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you for hard work, sir.
Thank you for making coach. Awesome.
Let's get into it for the football game.
That's right, man.
Thank you, Mr. A. Thank you, sir.
That's how many days. That's more than 2 days.
It's gonna get.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, so it's, including weekend.
You immediately start beating the pool here? Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. That's awesome.
We did compensate on one of the programs. They develop and then they go to the respective sports, right?
Like all of them have been introduced. Any way to move it forward a day or two? Yeah, I would recommend it. But they're presenting the test.
All right, let's continue.
They're already presenting it. It's not adopting it.
Just on that note, congratulations again to the athletes, the parents, the coaches. Job well done, excellent. To have these programs. So once more, congratulations to all, and it bodes well for the talent that's here in our community, both athletically and academically as well, which moves over to the academic side.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let me go. So back in June, we had a group of kids, and I'm gonna bring Mr. Science, Coach Science. I'm sorry. This is Coach Science. He's the coach for the Odyssey of the Night. I'm gonna give him the mic.
Mr.
He
Science.
can give a little.
Okay, I'll keep it brief. Good evening, everyone. We started Odyssey of the Mind this past year. We had been 14 years away. 14 years ago is when I did Odyssey the last time I did it. So Mrs. Carmona, thank you for, she wanted to bring it back, and school board members approved, so thank you. And my experience is, I have 20 years of Odyssey of the Mind, but I was looking for these unique individuals, and I found them. I found them. Each and every one of those students have a talent that I was looking for, and that's why they gelled so well together, and that is a winning team. They are world champions, by the way. Just real brief again, they competed against 63 teams from all over the world. So coming from Rio Grande, this small community, it just brings me a lot of pride that our kids from Starr County, Rio Grande City, are known throughout the world. We have people from Hong Kong already liking our school page, so they're keeping an eye on us for this next year.
Carmona, would you like to say a few words?
Yes.
And I saw Mr. Peña as well, the superintendent. Join us up here.
Good evening, Mayor Villarreal and Commissioners. Thank you so much for having us here this evening and recognizing our kids. It is quite a big accomplishment. We're all very, very beyond proud of our kids. Like Mr. Sainz said, we hadn't competed in 14 years. And, you know, he's like, I'm a little rough around the edges. I'm like, go for it. You know your stuff. We went to state in Dallas, got first place. First, we were state champions in April, was it? April 1st. And then we went on to Michigan in May, where, you know, we, out of 63 teams, we brought back that title. And both in Dallas and in Michigan, we got asked the same thing, where are you all from? And I think that's the biggest takeaway, you know, for me and for all the adults that were there, because, you know, we put Rio Grande City on the map. And I have noticed over the summer, a lot of,
Did you all say the great city of
the
Rio?
great city. We made sure we said the great city of Rio Grande City. But over the summer, I did see a lot of activity on our Facebook page. Who are these people? Who are these people? Hong Kong, Mexico, Singapore, France, you know, because you see the, you know, and I was like, who are these people? Let me see. I don't want to get hacked. But it was, you know, and I figured, you know what? They're keeping an eye on us because we came out of nowhere. You know, teams that had previously won, that were projected to win, and then we just went and beat everyone. They're like, where are you all from? And I take that away from this experience, and I tell the kids, you all represent not only our campus, not only Rio Grande City, our county, our state. So we are pending capital recognition in Austin as well, but you know, I am very, very proud of Mr. Sainz, our kids, and our district our superintendent, and our board members who approved all of this. They made it happen. We ask and we receive, and at the end of the day, our kids are successful and they experience just such a wonderful, amazing experience, and they can't wait for this year. This year we are, you know, shooting for it again. We'll go to state again, and this year it'll be in Iowa, the world competition, so we'll see how we do this year. But thank you all so very much. Mr. Bennett, do you have any words you want to say? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and call out our students. Cassidy Garcia, she's our 4th grade student, now a 5th grader. Marieli Lopez, 4th, now 5th grader. Ryder Santa Maria, 5th grader, now 6th grader. Isabella Guerra, she was our 5th grader, now a 6th grader. Sofia Carmona, 4th, now 5th grader. Gilbert Alanis Jr., 4th, now 5th grader. And we had a 3rd grader who's now a 4th grader. He couldn't be here today. He's out of town, Hector Rodriguez. And our amazing world-class master, I bow down to him, he knows it all, Coach Elias Salas.
Any of the world champions like to say a few words?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's a PS5 certificate. Oh, we forgot to put it in there. Congratulations, you guys.
Just be careful with the phone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. Congratulations. And Hector's.
On behalf of our school district, school board of trustees, our administration, want to thank the commissioner and mayor this afternoon to, recognizing our sensational students. And as you can see, they're representing us throughout the whole world. So representatives are the greatest. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Would any of the parents like to say a few words? Any of the parents would like to say a few words?
It was an amazing experience.
Thank you.
And yes, so the first thing after we won, a gentleman just stopped us in the middle, stopped me and my husband. He was from, I want to say, India. And he asked, how long have you been doing this? And I said, no, this is our first time. He's like, ever? And I said, well, for us, yes, ever. And he said, that's not common. Like, you don't come and win the first time. I've been in this for a long time. I'm like, coach. Yeah, that was our experience.
Congratulations once more, academics. Obviously, what happens is it shows that our community has the athletics, has the academics and the arts, the music. When you're looking at the type of talent that we have here, is just the world champion talent, right? It is amazing. So once more, congratulations to all, to the parents, the coaches, the staff, the teachers, everyone that's part of this. Congratulations to call yourselves world champions in an academic setting where you have people from all over the world competing at this level. It is amazing. So once more, congratulations. That is awesome. And yes, we are proud to say that we are from the great city of Rio Grande City. Once more, thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all.
Thank you.
That's awesome. What an honor.
We got one more presentation.
Hey, we're here, Chief.
Right. Now, midnight. To be a long
I just joking. Don't take it out of here.
Yeah, and I always make sure.
But it's nice to see those kids excel at that level.
It is. I mean, when you're looking at academics and world champion, and
They're gifted. They're gifted. They're smart.
hay mucho
kids.
talento aquí.
I have to agree. We have great genes.
Go ahead, Chief. Let's move on. Continue.
Yes, Mayor, we have Chief Solis with 3 cadets that just finished the academy, and we just introduced them so you can know the commission. You guys could get to know our newest police officers. I think this is the first one we sent to the academy, and they're doing a great job. So,
Mayor, Commission, good afternoon. I know Chief mentioned it right now. Back in January, we came in front, asked for permission to send some citizens to the police academy, and we have 3 of the 4 that graduated. The 4th one is still pending his state exam, so we're hoping next week he passes it and we can get him on board as well. So I'll introduce them. First, we have Joel Garza. We have Miss Maria Gonzalez. And we have Mr. Nieves Salinas. Nieves has already been employed with the city for the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years? Okay, as a communications officer. So now we just switched his license to a police officer. So everyone's been telling me that they're gonna have to do a speech, so.
Absolutely. Hey, you have the opportunity. Go ahead, officer.
Actually came prepared.
Way to go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joel Garza III. I would like to thank the Rio Grande City Police Department's administration staff and the city of Rio Grande City for sending me to the police academy and hiring me to work for their police department. It is truly a blessing, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I will fulfill the role of being a great police officer for the police department and with my best efforts, serve the community of Rio Grande City. Thank you all, once again.
Good afternoon. My name is Maria Andrea Gonzalez, and I would like to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to work with you. I will try to serve the community and God. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Nieves Salinas. I was born and raised here in Rio Grande City, the beautiful city of Rio Grande City. I want to thank, first of all, God. I want to thank my family, the police department, and the city of Rio Grande City for this opportunity of helping me accomplish one of my life goals, to become a police officer, to serve the community, and treat every citizen of this community with dignity and respect. I truly appreciate you all. Looking forward to working with you, with everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations.
One, two, and three. One more. One, two, and three, and of course one more.
With a filter, please.
One, two, and.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Welcome to the family. Welcome.
I'll give you a holler down here.
Congratulations. Mayor, this is the first group commissioners that we sent to the police academy. Actually, we do pay a salary for. And this is something we're going to consider continue doing for the future, for the growth. And we got a great group of guys that we sent to the academy. And as you see, we're hiring females more and more often. We got a good group of a mix, and I think we might have a bigger amount of females in the patrol division and at the police department and the other agencies. I guess DPS and Border Patrol have more numbers, but we have a good mix. So.
Chief, you explained the process of the academy. So we're sponsoring them at the academy. They're getting paid. So how long is the process, and are they going to commit to stay with us for
They have
so many years? Or
yes, they have a contract.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Congratulations to our police department. Certainly strategizing to accommodate, because obviously safety and security is of utmost importance. And yes, here in Rio Grande City, we absolutely believe in the rule of law. We believe in our law enforcement officers, and we certainly support all safety and security when it comes to safeguarding the public here in Rio Grande City and our surrounding community. So with that, thank you so much, and certainly appreciate having these officers out and about, and of course, the entire police department. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Anything else, Chief?
That's it, sir. I thought we had a lot of people in. And Commissioner, another thing, it's not a complete salary, it's a reduced salary, so they can go to the academy and for expenses and stuff.
Let's help them out.
When they come in, they get the full salary. Yes, sir.
Well, now that we're here, any other department would like to say a few words, please? Any department that wishes to share the great news here in Rio Grande, the great city, of course.
Is there an event tomorrow, man?
Oh yes, tomorrow, just an announcement to have the Youth Night of Prayer at the Basilio Villarreal Park. And Mr. Jaime Garcia, Major League player, will be there. Also, Pastor, he was Martinez, if I'm not mistaken. So again, it's going to be also a giveaway for backpacks or school supplies. And again, hope to see everyone out there. It's going to be a great opportunity to bring in the community together and for a great cause, and of course, welcoming and praying for the next school year, and certainly all the youth, our future generations and leaders of tomorrow, right there. And as we saw here today as well, the athletes, the academics, and everyone that is part of our community. Great things are happening here in Rio Grande City. So with that, certainly look forward to continued progress here in our community. Next, I have item 2, consent agenda, letter A, approval of minutes from previous meetings.
Mayor, there's no objection. I move that we approve consent agenda 2A.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item 2A by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 3, presentation. A, presentation by the City of Rio Grande City Mayor and Commission in recognition of the 2022-2023 rgc-GISD Odyssey of the Mind. Of course, we already completed that one. Next is presentation on item 3A. If no one objects, we'll move that item to right after 6B. Yes, sir. So we'll go 3B after 6B because they're related. Okay. So just to have a smoother flow there. Next item is 4, resolutions, letter A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve resolution 2023-12, acknowledging the regional partnerships and marketing proposal. Ms. Guillen, that's-
She's not here. Chief. She's not here. She's not here.
I'm sorry?
She's not here.
Okay. Let me get to that. Okay, we move on. Do you have it, Chief, or?
No, I'm looking for it. I don't have that. Can we come back to that one, Mayor? We'll give Ms. Guillen it.
Well, it's on the resolution 2023-12, which is, if you see it on page 48 of 161. And this is the economic development, and it's a partnership with Rio Grande Valley Partnership, just to, and in a sense, which, by the way, that next week, there's a table for anyone that wants to attend. And it's really bringing the Rio Grande Valley together as a one voice, and in agreement with the mayors and EDCs throughout the Rio Grande Valley is having one voice as an entire valley, and what it means for the rest of the state. The Rio Grande Valley continues to grow and prosper. When you're looking at the progress and prosperity that befits us here, it's phenomenal. Infrastructure, you're looking at billions of dollars in trade, you're looking at seaports, and we're talking this valley as a whole. Of course, the infrastructure, millions of dollars in transportation as well, and first-rate hospitals and schools, bicultural, binational, bilingual identity that serves as their strength. I mean, it's, of course, we're actually going to Mars from the Rio Grande Valley. Of course, you have the South Padre Island, so, and here in Stark County, there's so many projects happening as well as a renewable energy, including the solar and wind turbines. So there is just so much progress happening, and this is really an effort to promote those partnerships with the rest of the valley and having a single voice so it can resonate in both in Austin and in DC. And that's what this resolution is about, and certainly we are part of what is happening and here in the valley, and what it means for the rest of the state, if not the nation, when you're considering the billions of dollars in trade here to our ports of entry. And I mean, it's a great opportunity for us to be part of this initiative to promote the valley as a whole. So with that, do we entertain a motion at this time to approve this resolution?
So moved. I'll second the motion.
They have a motion to approve item 4A by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Ramirez. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 4B, Discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve Resolution 2023-13, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Rio Grande City, Texas, approving and authorizing the Deputy City Manager to participate in the interlocal purchasing systems purchasing cooperative offered by Region 1 Education Service Center, providing for findings of fact and providing for an effective date.
Yes, Mayor, this is for purchasing. Sarah worked on the TIPS Purchasing Cooperative. She could explain it a little bit here.
Good evening, Mayor and Commission. We are trying to pass this resolution to accept TIPS. TIPS is a purchasing similar to buy board. It is a bit different, but it's a national purchasing cooperative offering competitive solicited contracts to not only government, but they also supply bids for educational and nonprofit organizations. And our membership would be absolutely free. So basically what we can do here is upload our RFQs and get bids that way. So it's just another opportunity for us to solicit bids. I know in the past we've put out bids for projects and sometimes we don't get as many bids as we would like. So this pretty much helps us expand our horizons.
Listen, but the purpose of TIPS, or just like the co-op, would be because they're offering the state rate, right? So, I mean, you can probably pretty much just get a proposal from them or a quote without going for like bids.
Right, so that they would take care of the bidding, the procurement process for us.
Right.
Yeah, so they vet some of these bids for us and they'll submit what is the best bid based on the services, the quality of work, and other specifications. So, like I mentioned, it is similar to buy board, but a bit different. There is no fee for us to be a part of TIPS, and we automatically qualify because we're a government.
It gives us another alternative. Should we
Simplify the process without having to go out and request bids and take
the 3
a
bids
whole
all
month
the
before you
time.
get the sealed proposal and all that. You get to go directly to them and get you the best state
So
rates.
we upload our RFQs, our RFPs there, and they send out a mass email to their partners, and they can bid on our projects.
Okay. Entertain a motion at this time.
I so move.
I second.
Motion to approve item 4B by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is 4C, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve the second reading of Resolution 2023-11, a resolution of the City of Rio Grande City Commission authorizing and approving the Rio Grande City Economic Development Corporation's projects to expend funds in accordance with an economic development agreement by and between the RGC-EDC and St. Ives Development Project, International Drive Project, Media Complex 380 Agreement Project, Linear Park Project, Buffalo Wings and Rings Project, Fort Ringo Project, Los Velas Road Project, Los Pinos Hardware Project, Texas Regional Bank Project, Blue Wave Project, AEP Electric Project, Retail Development of IHOP Project, Hotel Project, and Box Store Retail Project under Texas Government Code Chapter 505 to promote and develop a new or expanded business enterprises as provided by Texas Government Code Subchapter C, Section 501.101.
Mayor, and this is the second reading of this item, and if any expenditure over $10,000 in businesses that are spent through EDC would be added. These are the prior ones, and anything else that comes up after these and that EDC does fund will be attached to this, and will also be submitted by resolution.
All right. I entertain a motion at this time.
Mayor, I so move item 4C.
I have a motion to approve item 4C by Commissioner Escobedo, second by Commissioner Olivares. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 5 ordinances, letter A. Second reading of ordinance number 2023-06, adopting the right-of-way and easement regulations for the management, construction, excavation, and placement of underground electric utilities, establishing fees and providing for penalties for ordinance violations. Mr. Milan?
Good afternoon, Mayor, Commissioners. Ordinance 5A and 5B were tabled yesterday at the Planning and Zoning Commission for further review and consideration, and in this case, determine whether the ordinance would apply only to residential or commercial. And again, they requested to be tabled.
Okay. And I'll, if I may add to the commission, if I could. 5B is the only ordinance that would require approval prior to September 1st. So if it is tabled, my understanding is that there is a potential meeting scheduled for, I'll allow Ms. Solis
That's pending.
to propose. So there will be a meeting, my understanding is prior to September 1st, an opportunity to approve it. The Planning Commission did have the opportunity to go through both ordinances and made wonderful recommendations. They'd like to tie the recommendation for 5B. There's recommendations as to the fees to be charged. So we can add those in and have it ready for that.
We need to have a meeting before the 1st of September.
Yes, sir.
We'll have a lunch meeting.
Okay, fantastic.
So the purpose of IB being tabled is for them to give us suggestions on the fees?
Yes, they want to see an elaborate list of the fees, because there's obviously water rights, water meters, inspection fees, all the intricate fees that belong to a subdivision.
Okay.
And under 5A, that one's being tabled because they want to separate the resolution to apply differently to residential and commercial and multifamily. So we'll go ahead and take the recommendations in and factor those into now that one, 5A is not a September 1st requirement.
Okay. That's fine. We need a motion to table at this time.
That's a motion to table item 5A and 5B.
I have a motion to table item 5A, 5B by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Escobedo. Commissioner De Leon. Se parecen. Sí. Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. My apologies to both commissioners.
That's okay, sir.
Next item is 5C. Second reading of ordinance number 2023-08, an ordinance repealing the city's code of ordinance, chapter 9, public peace and conduct miscellaneous provisions, article 4, curfew hours for minors, including section 9-401 through 9405 to comply with HB 1819. The ordinance furthermore provides for severability as well as effective date of September 1st, 2023.
Yes, Mayor, this is the second reading of this ordinance as per requirements for House Bill 1819, and this will be in effect in September of 2023. No changes from the prior reading. It's good to go.
That's good. This one. Entertain a motion at this
So
time.
moved.
A motion to approve item 5C by Commissioner Olivares.
A second.
Second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 5D. First reading of ordinance number 2023-10, an ordinance amending and restating the city's personnel policies, specifically sections 1, city statement, 2, recruitment and selection, 3, job descriptions, 4, salaries, 5, overtime, 6, employee benefits, 10.08, technology use policy, 10.09, dress code, and 13, drug-free workplace policy. Changes to section 5 and 6 are made to track applicable language in local government code chapters 142 and 143 as they relate to police officers and fire personnel, and to comply with HB 471, 567, 1486, 1661, 2468, and 3335. Changes to 10.08 and 10.09 are in response to HB 1893 and 567. Changes to section 13 concern the classification of city staff that are subject to drug testing as well as testing procedures. The ordinance furthermore provides for an effective date of September 1st, 2023.
And that said it all, Mr. Mayor. So this one is one that also must be approved prior to September 1st, and this is in response to the legislative changes. It's one of the most comprehensive overhauls of the city's personnel policies.
Entertain a motion at this time.
I so move.
I have a motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 6, items for consideration approval. Letter A, discussion and possible action to acknowledge the Stark County Appraisal District certification of the City of Rio Grande City's 2023 tax roll.
Good evening, Mayor Commissioners. Back in July 25th, we received the Stark County Appraisal District tax roll for the year 2023. Those numbers came out to be at $758,000. $758,037,302. That's a 14% increase from the previous year. If we go back and see at all the previous years that our appraisal rolls have come out to. Back in 2017, 2018 fiscal year, our taxable values were 473,000. Today we're at 758,000. That's a 14% increase from last year. Almost every year since 17, 18, we've gone up 5%, 3%, 3%. And the last 3 years, it's been a whopping 14%, 10%, and 14% increase every year.
So, Mr. Arcanto, so the taxes, what went up was the appraisal of the properties, but our taxes went down, correct?
Yeah, well, we're gonna discuss that on the
next
one.
one.
But yeah, but the values, the
values.
total values of the, everything in the city, inside the city went up.
Right. So right now it's just about the values of the properties.
Correct.
So and it's the proposed tax rate, so we were at 56 cents per hundred, now we're gonna, we're moving to 52
In this line
per
item, we're
hundred.
actually just approving
Right.
the appraisal.
Just approving the appraisal.
On the next line item, we're gonna discuss the tax rate.
That tax rate. Got it. Thank you, Mr. Arcanto.
We entertain a motion at this time.
Second.
A motion to approve item 6A.
6A.
By Commissioner Olivares.
Yes.
And second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 6B, discussion and possible action to acknowledge a proposed tax rate for tax year 2023 and authorize a public hearing on August 2023, or August 23, 2023.
Mayor Commissioners, on this line item, the school district provides to us the tax rates that we can impose for the city. As you all know, we have a no new revenue tax rate. That would be at 50 cents, actually 0.502925. The voter approval rate, which is the highest rate we can adopt without having to go out for a vote, is 0.527868, which is actually the one that staff is recommending the commission approve. And the de minimis rate, which is the highest, you can increase the rate, which is 0.569767. This year's voter approval rate of 0.527868 is actually 0.3 cents less than what we currently have this year. I just want to mention that back in 2019, when the city went out for COs, the city committed to a 3-cent increase every year on the tax rate, just to be able to pay those COs. The city hasn't done those 3 cents, and I commend the council for not imposing those tax rate increases. The city is in an excellent position right now without having to impose those tax increases. Even this year, we're going to go down, and the city is still making a lot more money than it normally would. So.
Excellent.
So going from 56 to 52, if we approve this, as you mentioned, so in actuality, the rate is going down.
The rate is going down.
The tax rate itself is going down.
Right.
So appraisal value went up, but our taxpayer will pay less in taxes.
If your house didn't increase in value, then you're going to be paying less. If the county increased the value of your property, then you probably end up paying maybe more or maybe the same that you would be paying last year, because the rate's going to be lower this year.
And Mr. Mayor and City Commission, if I may, just noting for the record, these are just acknowledgements of the proposed rate. One is the acknowledgement of the tax rate, is acknowledgement of the proposed rate. From the ordinance, from our ordinance, we now have to set what is a public hearing on the budget, and at that hearing, we'll adopt the tax rate.
The actual tax rate.
So the only requirement is not even a record vote really per ordinance, but it's just if we could maybe delegate or just set, note that hearing will be set.
All right, entertain a motion at this, so, okay, so that'd be 6B.
It's a record vote.
No, this is.
Hold on.
No. No, we're going to go with the proposed, I would like to vote for the proposed tax rate.
No, we're just acknowledging. We can't say
But right now, just a acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement.
Of what it is, and we'll come back later and adopt it.
But we can adopt it at the
Right.
public hearing and.
Well, for purposes of the budget, we need to already
Yeah, have an idea what
have
we're
an idea as to what we're.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we,
We're going to ask for a record vote or just,
No, my recommendation is to vote as it's presented in the agenda. and then we set the matter for public hearing for vote on the actual tax rate and the proposal, and the budget, on the finalization of the budget. Okay.
Okay, so as far as the motion, vote
just as presented on the agenda.
I move that we accept item 6B as presented in the agenda.
Okay, I have a motion to approve item 6B by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is we're returning back to 3B, presentation and discussion related to proposed budget for the city of Rio Grande City for fiscal year 2023-2024.
Okay, Commissioners, we've had numerous budget workshops that we've discussed what the commission would ask the staff to add to this year's proposed budget. All those have been added to this proposed budget that's being presented to you today. I just want to start off by saying that the city is in a great position right now. The papers that are being handed out to you right now, I had some minor changes from what was presented to you in the actual packet.
Oh, okay. So
We're still working on the numbers even late last night, so the numbers changed not that much, but they are a bit different today. So like I said, the city is in a great position. Just at the end of fiscal year 2022, which was the last fiscal year that we've got a complete audit, the city had a $3,622,317 fund balance. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because this year, the city needs a contribution from the fund balance in order to have a balanced budget, and that's for us, for the city to be able to impose everything that the commission wants to do on this year's upcoming year, as far as budget is concerned. Out of the 307,000 contribution from the fund balance, by the end of the fiscal year 2023, which is this year, we're expecting to increase the fund balance by $341,000 more. That would take the fund balance over to 3.9. Now, in this year's budget, we're projecting to receive $9,428,457 in revenues. That's $610,349 more than we projected on the revenues last year. That's a huge number. We've never gone up that much from year to year. You might ask yourself where those monies are coming from, and 361,000 of those 610 are coming from sales tax alone. This year, we're not projecting an increase in essence from what is being collected right now in 22-23. It's just we're projecting that we're going to receive the same amount that we're actually receiving right now, which is a 9% increase from last year, from what we budgeted last year. We're also projected to receive $212,000 more in property taxes and $100,000 more in
this time, if no one objects, we'll move this item to executive.
Sure.
No objection, we'll move it to executive. Next item. Where are we now?
6C.
6C, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding change order number 1 for additional scope of work on Plainview Street for TDA contract CDV 210426 Street Improvements Project. Ms. Bess.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners.
Hello, Ms. Bess.
We started with the Texas Department of Agriculture paving grant, which is the TDA project. It has been under construction, 2 streets, Plainview and Reina. Plainview Street is the one being considered with this change order due to some caliche and the driveways that some of the people had, constructed. Basically, some of them were into the street. They had to be cut off. And so the concrete rubble also was needing to be removed. So those items were the ones that brought this change order about. We do have Mr. Rosbel Peña with Sames Engineering here to explain the engineering specifications of this.
So was this not planned before? I mean, why are we having an additional, again, the cost is going to be what, 127? Is that?
49,000?
Or 49,000 total amount for the change order is 49?
The change order is 49. From the beginning, this project had been over budget with the cost. We only received $350,000 from TDA, and being that the pandemic had raised all the prices, the budget that was proposed in the application a year and a half later was not realistic to the prices that were at that time that the bidding went out. This particular change order is 49. The other ones was to meet the contract.
Okay. Help me understand that. Why again, why the additional 49,000?
The three bullet-
Because we had already agreed on the contract, have we not?
Yes.
Okay, so help me understand another 49.
The additional 49 are for caliche, removing the concrete driveways that were the part that was into the street, and the removal of the debris from the concrete.
Okay, but that was not planned before.
That was not in the bid document.
It was not in the bid?
Not in the bid, no, sir.
And again, why did it change?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, so basically on this street, we had a lot of the driveways that were inside of the right of way. So that needs to be cut because we're gonna put there back a curve, we're gonna put a new road there. So that was a line item that wasn't considered in the beginning with the bid item. And also for the street, when we assume that usually a cross-section of the road will have the 2 inches of your asphalt and your 8 inches of the base and the subgrade. But in this street in particular, they didn't have enough material. So that's why the contractor had to bring in material for the street. So for us, we always propose that they rework and compact the base to 6 inches, and it gives you a strong base along with the 2 inches of the asphalt. But for this street, he didn't have, and I went out there a few times, and I saw it myself, and it didn't have enough material.
They didn't check that before they submitted a bid? They didn't check the street?
No testing was done in the
No testing was done. No, that I know of, no testing was done.
That was my next question. I know that usually there's boring and testing done to be able to.
To determine the. Yes.
Yeah, right, what's needed to be able to complete that project.
Exactly, sir, yes. So that's why the change order, and the contractor let me know there isn't enough material. So that's why he brought in the material, and along with cutting of the driveways that were inside of the right of way where we're gonna put the back of curb, that wasn't part of the bid.
But I'm surprised that y'all didn't do any testing prior, because then it is a TDA grant for a project, so I'm surprised that was not, I guess, a requirement to bore and soil test and all that before we went out to bid.
Yeah, I guess from our perspective, the city would procure that type of material testing, and like, for us, we didn't get that material, we didn't get that information, but that's what we assumed that, okay, we rework on this compacted base, we got the new asphalt. But in this case, for the street, it didn't have the material sufficient. That's why the contractor needed to bring it in, and that's why he's charging for this change.
But again, our question is, shouldn't that have been done before though? Shouldn't somebody have?
Like got a court test?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe so, yes. That's one thing I recommend for like any new street, new project, is getting a core sample of the street, that we know how much of the asphalt, the base, subgrade there is, and it gives us a better idea of how much you're going to put.
No one objects, we'll move this item to executive. Yes, sir. No objection? Thank you. Next item is 6D, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the approval of reconciliation and change orders for project 2020.04 street improvements. Ms. Best?
Mayor and Commissioners, the bond paving project has been finalized. The reconciliation of exact work done on each street has been worked by the contractor, the engineer, and the city inspectors. We do have Half and Associates here to explain the change order, which resulted in a big credit to the city. We got Mr. Anderson.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. We have a total of 4 change orders for the project. Mind you, with all the change orders, we've had numerous meetings with city staff and the contractor and even management to go over these and make sure that everything is divvied out fairly. From the original, for change order number 1, it involves 45 square yards of cement stabilization at Robles Street. From the original project budget of $2,618,146, $5,987.25. This change order added another $5,984.64. Okay. The following change order number 2, added 480 square yards of lime stabilization along Deer Run in Las Brisas subdivision, which added another $12,048.00. Okay. Change order number 3, 45 square yards of cement treatment with GeoGrid at Columbus Street. This added another $8,752.50 to the project. And let's see, I seem to misplace change order number 4. 1 moment. Yes, that's the good one. Let's see if I can find that. Uh-oh. Do you have a copy? Apologize. Okay. Change order number 4, the quantity reconciliation for the project closeout from the original project budget of $2,618,146.25 with an overall reduction of $336,712.08, leaving the final paid out amount to the contractor of $2,308,219.31.
We're saving 236.
Oh, that's what I was. Okay, let me just. Yes, the savings was 362,000, I believe.
336,712.08.
Yes, I'm sorry, $336,712.08.
Yes.
Excellent.
Any questions?
Any questions, commissioners?
No, questions for Ms. Beas, so that money could be applied to another street that maybe we left out at the beginning? Or would that be enough to pay the street? I guess that might be a better question.
How much? 600 million foot street?
Yes, yeah, I mean.
A small street, not
A small?
Not a long street. This of course our bond monies, and I think they have a time limit for things to be expended. There are a number of projects, still bond projects that are in the process right now being constructed. Those are also considerations.
Use some of those monies for painting or one of the others. We would just need to know on the dates to make sure that we don't lose on this money, this bond money, and we're able to utilize it in whatever other projects we need to finish.
But right now, we're still working on the fire and safety building, so what we're planning to do is move that money over.
Okay, good, as long as we can use it.
As long as it can be.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Entertain a motion at this time.
Move to approve, as presented.
Okay, have a motion to approve item 6B by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 7, contracts and agreements. Letter A, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding approval of expenditures and contracts valued less than $50,000 but more than $5,000 that comply with or are exempt from section 252.0215.
Yes, Mayor. I'm sorry.
Of the local government code. Go ahead.
These are some of the applications for Burlec, Warren, IOC, and GA Utilities, and some chemicals. If you have any questions on the payouts, the backup is there. It's already been reviewed by finance. And
Very good.
if you have any questions, the staff is here for the to answer any questions.
Any questions or ready
Staff
for?
recommends approval of this?
Yes, sir.
You approve them all, okay.
I move that we approve item 7A.
Have a motion to approve item 7A by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 7B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to renew services with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas for health, dental, and vision package, life insurance package, and AD&D provided by city employees.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners.
Aye.
Good evening.
Hello, Ms. Brown.
In your package, you should have the memorandum, which gives us an overview. Blue Cross was originally, or the actual rate came back originally at a 19% increase for this year. went back and forth trying to negotiate with our representative from Blue Cross, and she was able to bring it down to a 12.5%. We understand that everything went up. Insurances all over. Doesn't really have to be specific on health insurance, but yet she was able to bring us down from that 19% to 12.5%. And that gives us an increase of $42.34 per employee per month. Our original monthly rate is currently at $424.70, and now it will be going up as of October 1st to $467.04 monthly. Staff recommends approval of this item.
Any questions for Ms. Brown, or ready to entertain a motion at this time?
I move that we approve item 7B.
A motion to approve item 7B by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you. Next item is 8, planning, a discussion and possible action on request for wine and malt retailer's permit be located at 108 North Washington Street.
Mayor, Commissioners, this is located at 108 North Washington, just north of the little restaurant called Taco Hut, the building just north of it. This is going to be called the Brew House Cafe, Rio Grande City. It is over 1,000 feet away from a church or a school. This belongs to Mr. Gonzalez. He has owned, kudos to everything he's done for downtown historic district.
Oscar Gonzalez?
Yes, he has owned several businesses downtown, including On the Rocks, the billiards, and the restaurant at the Laborde House. So he wants to turn this place that he currently leases as the Organic Heights, but it's going to turn into a small restaurant-type bar or restaurant. And it has been approved, recommended for approval by Planning and Zoning.
Very good. I so move to approve, Mayor.
A motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez. Second. Second by Commissioner De Leon. We need this general. Okay. I see
Approve as presented.
Okay. A motion to approve by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner De Leon. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is 9, executive session, Chapter 551, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, Section 551.072, and Section 551.074.
Mr. Mayor, just on advice, there's a bit of a confusion. I know the council they voted to move 3B, I think, into executive. We could just maybe, I just ask council to reconsider moving it to executive. It was just a presentation matter. And I believe a memorandum has already been passed on to commissioners. That's one of the matters going to be taken at public hearing. So just for the record, I would move it out of executive.
All right.
Very good.
Ready? It is 7:37 p.m. on that one first, Mr.
Mr. Cantu?
All right, we're back from executive session. It's 9:29 PM.
Are we on?
Are we on?
Eddie, are we good?
Okay.
All right, so, Mr. Cantu,
Okay, Mayor
going back to
Commissioners,
item 3B.
let me continue where I left off. Just for the record, this wasn't discussed in executive session. Just continue where I left off before. Like I was saying, revenues are projected to be $610,000 more than they were last year. Those 610 are composed of a sales tax increase by 9%, 261,000. Property tax increase, 212,000 more in property taxes. Increase in interest revenues. Interest rates are high right now, so we're collecting a lot of interest, so $100,000 more. There's a decrease in municipal court fines of $56,000 in our budget. We haven't been collecting that much. As far as noticeable expenses that have increased from last year to this year are vehicle maintenance and repairs. Those doubled from last year. We're hoping to bring it down, but for now we're budgeting enough to cover the full year. We're increasing it by 94,000. The property tax collection fee, as you all know, the valuations went higher. Of course, school's going to collect more, so they charge the percentage. That's going to increase 38,000. We got elections coming up next year, so we got $30,000 more budgeted. We would budget that every 2 years where there's elections coming up to rent the machines for ballots and all those things. Attorney fees are going up 20,000. Property insurance and bonds 10,000. Travel and training for our staff 12,000. Those are only the notable items that went up by that much. There's of course a lot of little items that went higher also. Like Valerie mentioned, our health insurance increased by 10% almost, so that's 100,000 in our budget. Another thing is that were added to this proposed budget that is added here. It's an increase for the PD and the fire of 2,500. All our PD and fire, and 2,000 for the dispatchers. And then Commission wanted also do a $1 increase for all the staff across the board at the city. So that's also being implemented there. We're budgeting for a mechanic position that we're hoping will help us limit our maintenance and repairs. Hopefully that'll bring it down and it'll cover itself. And then there's also a $500 one-time either retention payment for all the employees or a cost of living. And we still haven't decided what we're going to call it, but there's a one-time payment there. So after all that's said and done, like I said, we're going to have a balanced budget once the fund balance contributes $307,000 into it.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Cantu. Returning back to item, I think it was 6B.
And then premising
Oh, yeah,
6B.
okay, item 6B.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, I move that we adopt the proposed tax rate of .527868, which is effectively 4.96% increase in the tax rate, the M&O rate of .365732, and the INS rate is .162136, which will be noticed and published for public hearing as per statute.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Olivares.
I second.
Second by Commissioner De Leon. We need a roll call at this point.
It's just a record vote.
Okay,
You take
record
it.
vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Next item is was 6C, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding change order number 1 for additional scope of work on Plainview Street for TDA contract CDV 210426th Street Improvements Project. Entertain a motion at this time. To table item 6, I move to a table item 6C.
So movement.
I have a second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. And did I miss anything else, Ms. Solis?
No, sir.
And go back to item 10, reconvene at your regular session. And letter A, No action on that item. Letter B, there was no action on that item. And letter, or 10C, no action at that item. Was there any other action on those, Mr. Peña?
I believe there's an action on item 10A, Mr. Mayor. I'll leave it to the commission to adopt as discussed.
That's right, okay. So going back to item 10A,
Mayor, I approve to, motion to approve as discussed in executive session.
okay, so we have a motion by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. And again, so no action item 10B and 10C. And just for the record, again, there's a youth night of prayer tomorrow night from 6 to 9 at the Basilio Villarreal Park. Those that are willing to attend, there'll be quite a bit of an opportunity there for continued students going on to the next school year, backpacks as well, school supplies, and it's in partnership with multiple entities, including the city. So with that, anything else, Chief?
Mayor, we're good. We just have a lot of stuff going on moving forward.
No kidding. Which is a great thing, right?
Oh, yes.
Obviously, there's so much
Got a lot
going
of
on.
things going on, which is
So
great.
with that, certainly looking forward to it. With that, we entertain a motion to adjourn.
moved.
A motion to adjourn by Commissioner Ramirez, second by Commissioner Olivares. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Meeting is adjourned by 6:30, or 9:36 p.m.
6:30.
I know.